when you call customer support and a clanker picks up. I hate clankers. I can't believe I've lived far enough into the future to learn the first slur for robots. This guy has been buying and returning 110-pound anvils on Amazon for 8 months now. What the hell is he planning? I work in an operating room and we had a face painter come into work. This is what patients see as they're coming out of anesthetic. Who wore it better, my dad or Taylor Swift? The dad kind of slayed. Saw a hungry dog today, so I gave it a Twix bar. Watched my neighbor trip and spill her groceries today. Normalized taking photos like a divorced dad. Guess who just became a homeowner? I love how this is so unintentionally Minecraft coded. How I'm going to describe the virus to my kids, knowing damn well I played video games for 2 years. I set up a sim to have my exact life, and he spends all of his time crying. The other sims keep trying to help him, and he's like, no, I'm good. This has to be lethal to a child's body. What is that? Females can't help but display their sexuality, even when it limits their range of motion in public safety jobs. Is she supposed to leave her body at home? Wear her go-to-work body? The crushing weight of 2 manageable tasks. To be honest, the crushing weight of 1 manageable task. The crushing weight of no tasks, but feeling like there should be a task. Hey man, maybe instead of rage baiting, you can spend your time friend maxing and smile maxing. It's a cool new trend where you make people smile and feel good instead of hurting them for literally no reason. Nah, most women don't pick wrong. They pick someone who looked safe until he wasn't. So they picked wrong? Can I turn in a paper without citing all sources? No. This was in the library at my college. Screw my beverageless drink cell life. People don't say I'm thirsty anymore. They say this. I love Chinese sellers. Looks great. I would buy this. This is a cool shirt. A Russian petrol pump offered free fuel to anyone wearing a bikini, but things took an unexpected turn. An outstanding move, a mankini. Construction sites are so shy. Let me see. I think they're afraid of receiving constructive criticism. Motorola revealed a bendable phone that can be worn on your wrist. Perfect for when I need to bend my phone around my wrist. I'm not wearing my phone as a watch. Men really live like this and see no problem. You've got to pick a less appealing image to make your point because this is raw as hell. This would taste so much better if I had spent the day swimming instead of working. This is humiliating. Why do we say as snug as a bug? What is snug about that bug? He is in a rug? I forgot he got into the rug. I do not have PTSD. That is all just the wizard's curse. The wizard is my father, but that is not relevant. What if water didn't have surface tension, and whenever you spilled some, the whole floor of your entire apartment was covered in a 2 micrometer deep puddle? You taught me to count blessings I didn't know were mine. The masculine urge to slowly bleed out here as I give my rookie partner the evidence to crack open the case. Finish it. Go on without me. Build a monument together in VR chat. Not now, kitten. Daddy needs to indulge in his hubris and build a tower to spite God. Why being a werewolf just sounds awful. No immortality, no magic powers, just a hairy beast that breeds. Need a husband like that. What's your problem? If you need a giggle, these are my caps lock and escape keys. Backspace that says, back the hell up. It's that easy. The TSA guy said my toothpaste was too big and took it, and I nodded solemnly and said, the world's a safer place now. And he laughed and gave it back. When the dream's so real, I hit this pose before getting ready to start my morning. No one speaks about the resentment you have towards yourself after you didn't listen to your gut, because I literally knew better. I will not let anyone tell me what to do. That includes you, gut. I hate the neck creature. What the? I've never seen this before. It's so funny because the only reason the males of this species look like this is because the girl weevils thought it was hot. So they think long necks are hot. They're attracted to long necks. Okay. I'm a dentist and I graduated with 68 other ones. I've met even more in 13 years as a dentist. None of us have been asked anything about our opinions on toothpaste. My dad greeted another dad by saying, hey tough guy. And the other dad replied by saying, they let you in here? He has greeted a total of 3 men with, hey tough guy, so far. There was a guy in my row at my Superman screening who brought his literal baby, but it didn't cry, and when the movie was over, he said to my brother and me, I bet y'all thought he was gonna cry. He's a critic. I love how this guy has managed to become a big meme, twice in 2 completely different eras of the internet. Mixed United Kingdom and Ireland, and created this new country called United Ireland. Guys, don't take this seriously. I've never seen so much madness in the replies. Mammals have evolved into anteaters 12 times since the dinosaur age. Suck it, crabs. The future is anteater. The Diary of a Wimpy Kid cast was one of the most perfect castings of all time. Every time I see this image, I just think of the Afton family. Some people still don't realize that every VTuber is dating or married. That is true except for the one I watch who is going to start dating me any day now. Imagine dating someone who has to wait for payday. She said, imagine dating someone who is employed when you're dropping the fakest story known to mankind. And bro says, I was there, on some China stuff you wouldn't even understand. Fireworks will have some insane box art like this, only to explode for 3 seconds and cost $70. Babe, I'm home. You're not real. No, Michael, that is not the mentally healthy answer. If you were Satan, who would you reserve a special place in hell for? Puppies. It would have climate control, toys, interesting smells. No punishment involved. I just don't want an eternity with no dogs. Sun-drying tomatoes at the foot of Mount Etna in Sicily. Just remember, not a single European, much less any Italian, had eaten a tomato until the 16th century. Why is that? So you're gonna tell me this but not tell me why? I don't like you. I want a girlfriend so hot that people walking down the street know that I'm funny. She's gotta be so bad. People must think I must be emotionally intelligent and in therapy. Optimal packing of 17 squares. Suboptimal packing of 17 squares. Me and the homie riding home in silence after turning into rats because we made fun of a wizard in the parking lot. I just took the best photo in human history. Shrek? Who did it better? Cable Management Edition. When you want to play your video games but don't have the energy for it. It's like, who wants to be my proxy that does the gameplay while I watch and make every decision in the game from the comfort of my bed? Dialogue option 1. Yes, my lord. When you meet a 10 out of 10, but you're not where you want to be in life. Men thinking they have to have a perfect life in order to have a girlfriend is a mask for our inability to exist in vulnerability. Why is everything 10 times better at night? Driving, showering, eating, vibing to music, watching shows, phone calls, like everything? The night feels like the universe's way of saying, chill bro, you survived the day. You're just more relaxed. How am I supposed to see this and want an American woman? Well, that's the good thing about choice. You don't need an American woman. You're attracted to what you're attracted to. Me getting kicked out because I yelled, yippee, when he took his clothes off. Kicked out? Hell no. Come back again. Now that Peak is localized, I can share that playing in French used to instantly crash my game. No joke, it was because of this code. Current language, French, Frenchify. Men are so unserious. My brother's friend had an allergic reaction all over his skin, so they are now calling him Rashford. When ring lights and filters can't hide your aging, rely on YouTube thumbnail editing to do the job. I love making the silliest stuff. When an impatient driver overtakes you, only to get stuck at the same light. Possibly the best thing I've done on Gartic Phone. Zelda reads Link's death note. Yeah, hop. Writer's block got me like that one picture of Hunter S. Thompson shooting his typewriter. It's insane that you can get a 55-inch TV for like $250. I remember when we got a 36-inch tube TV for the living room growing up, and my dad treated it like buying a car. He took like an hour talking to the salesman. Yeah, TVs were very expensive back then. Women will literally start a global witch hunt against flirting, successfully destroy it, forget, then start a new movement complaining that no one is hitting on them. Texting a girl how many steps you took today could be the play. 22,000. Big day. All I want is to be enough for you. Steps is a big factor in this. If you design a quest where I need to follow an NPC and they move slower than my running speed but faster than my walking speed, you're banned from making video games for 1 year. I just found out this fascinating emoji on a royalty-free stock website and thought I would share it with the class. Hey, sorry, I can't talk right now. I'm listening to my cat's breath while he sleeps and my heart is filling up with love. People who don't reply until days later. Why? It's a relatively very new phenomenon that basically anyone in your life gets access to you at all times. It was only 20 years ago that if you left your house for the day, you were actually gone. You would return messages when you came back hours or even days later. Basically, I prefer this sometimes. Sometimes you forget, and sometimes you're ignoring that person. Autism didn't exist back in my day. Now get out. You know it's my train time. Congrats on working 40 hours. You are now free to disassociate for 2 days. Rats can make friends with robot rats and will rescue them when stuck. I have a question. The only question that matters. Would you risk your life for your fellow rat, even if that rat is a synth? I'm a cockroach hiding under God's fridge, and brother, he's got a shoe. I was applying for homeowners insurance today, and they asked if I had any pets, to which I said, yes, 2 cats. And then they asked me, have they been trained to attack or cause bodily harm? And I wanted to know if anyone had been able to do this because I'll hire you. You want an attack cat. You ever feel like you're not even a main character in your your own life. It's just filler episodes for character backstory. Don't worry, it's still your show. Ha 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 ha. Someone parked their Cybertruck at the coffee shop, and every single person who comes in is talking about how dumb it looks. And the guy is sitting there fuming. This is the best morning ever. Squidhood is a spectrum. Are the depths below abysmal, mirrored in the skies? Blip, 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 blip. My sister got a new kitten, and it immediately decided to loaf on a watermelon and bless us with this picture. When we finally decode the first ever alien response to humanity, and all it says is, keep quiet or they'll find you too. The hardest thing about chess is the other guy is always doing something. I still can't comprehend how some random cosplayer can do this with a budget of $100, but a whole team of designers being paid millions still make the ugliest stuff. When me and my boyfriend make meals, we have a tradition of sending each other an appetizing off-center photographs of them in poor lighting. We call this Wikipedia food. They probably shouldn't have paid me $950k to animate this if they were low on cash. Oh, they were talking about Lebanese pounds. I'm a dentist and I've graduated with 68 other ones. I've met even more in 13 years as a dentist. None of us have been asked anything about our opinions on toothpastes. The European mind cannot comprehend this. I screwed up so bad. Sorry I haven't been replying. I lost my aunt last night. You lost your aunt? Did you find her? Brittany, no. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. How to become a goddamn magician. Own a tablet pen. Put it down for 10 seconds. Abracadabra, where the hell did it go? It would be cool if, after you died, you could see the top 5 times you almost died. An actual flower that looks like icing. I'm enthralled. These would go so hard in a bakery shop window when you're cracking with the meta glasses and you accidentally FaceTime your dad, but he starts giving elite comms. You got home safe? Yes. You're ugly in person. Don't ever come over here again. Be me. 1 a.m. Get thirsty. Get Mountain Dew. Too lazy to turn lights on. Can't see anything. Don't want to overfill glass. Have the biggest, bestest, smartest idea ever. Hover finger slightly in glass to tell when glass is full. Success. Never felt so smart. Rhythm game guy. How was the deed? Their partner. It was great. Rhythm game guy. There was no rhythm. What do we think? Love your game, by the way. Gay. Let a man talk about himself uninterrupted for 10 minutes and he'll be like, wow, I really like you. This and kissing all night. Defending my homie because his ex called him toxic, cheater, liar, and broke. But I know he's not broke. This is extremely accurate for the characters in the picture. Just getting the essentials. Alex, you made a show for kids. I made a show for me. Just in, Venmo and PayPal users can now send money to the US government to help pay down the 36 trillion national debt. The plan? We let Venmo and PayPal users pay off our debt. May this type of love chase me, find me. Every single guy I know who treated girls like this got cheated on. Okay, and every single guy I know who treated girls like this didn't get cheated on. Do I cancel 4 days early just for the bit? This is awesome. I love the way you guys operate because like the audacity is insane. You're getting charged $400 to cancel 4 days early. What? How come realism in games only applies to stuff that sucks, and not, for instance, the fact that most flashlights do not actually run out of batteries after 3 minutes, and good quality tools will literally outlive you if you take good care of them. If somebody sold me an axe that broke after chopping down 10 trees, I would go back to their shop and beat the hell out of them. Come on guys, let's introduce respawning. Name your favorite quote by a celebrity. Playboy. Your salary is shooting up into the multi-millions per movie. Reportedly 4 to 7 million. Do those numbers make you chuckle? I don't chuckle. I have respect for the dollar. I think about this a lot. Well, nice try cheating with the shoulder pads, but you're still a noodle. Didn't he punch Snotlout so hard Snotlout passed out? He may be skinny, but remember he's a blacksmith. Met a new kind of guy on Twitter today who left meat dethawing on the kitchen sink in nothing but punctured plastic bags in a house with 2 cats. Dethawing isn't a word. Did you mean thawing or defrosting? Sea biologists be like, okay, not here. Sahara was home to some of the largest sea creatures. Study finds. We're late. Now you just need to go under the sand. They're still there. I miss when you would go to a restaurant in 1990. I'm gonna act like I was alive in 1997, and they would have something like this on the walls. I don't have a secondary. I don't counterpick. I don't cover poor matchups. I one trick, and if I can't do it with my main, then I don't win. What would you do? Knobhead neighbors' cameras facing our bedroom windows. Smash it maybe? Where do you live? I can come by and just do the deed in front of them a couple of times by myself. If you feed me and let me chill out for an hour or so. I can probably go 5, maybe 6 times a day. I guess they would take them down after that. I'll wash my hands before dinner. Let me know. This is the kind of community spirit this country has been missing. Not gonna lie, going that little 5 to 10 miles per hour over the speed limit in the left lane isn't enough, bro. You need to want to be there. Happiness is contagious. It's gonna be the sequel where Skylar remarries and the exact same thing happens again. Teenagers in the 2010s writing a full essay without ChatGPT. Teenagers in the 2010s were writing literal full-length books of fan fiction on Tumblr after school. I'm gonna give you a full refund. Thanks, Marcus. That was easy. It's no problem. Honestly, I just want to get up out of here. I got my daughter a new dog, and I just want to get home and play with that puppy. Marcus got fired for this. They had to give the puppy away. They couldn't afford to look after it. More than 3 years ago, famous Roman emperor Caesar Augustus passed away. I guess that's technically true. Study finds that Sprite can break down acetaldehyde, a metabolite of ethanol, making it a possible hangover curing drink. Imagine the McDonald's Sprite. It might be able to cure cancer. Cat just did the thing where he stretched and then covered his face with both paws. How do people with cats leave their homes? What if I had missed that? Wow, this is a really hard choice to make. I would never spend an extra $10 on priority overnight, unless it was like some medication and I'm dying. Fight to death in an enclosed room. Who's making it out alive? Adam West got that crazy anti-Batman spray on him for such a scenario. Prime Bats even said he's more prepared than he is. I guarantee you, any straight man would fold like a wet house of cards. I despise modern goth culture. No self-loathing, no brooding, no addiction. Instead, they take Adderall and listen to mid-rappers while taking feet pics. My 6-year-old burst into tears and said he was too sick to go to school when we got in the car this morning. It was clear that he was not sick, but he's never done that before, so welcome to your first mental health day. We are going to Target and watching movies and eating muffins. Not the mum we deserve, but the mum we needed. Obsessed with this picture because he's the only cosplayer I've seen who looks the most alike to Ford. And there's only one picture of him and nobody knows the name. It's not a cosplay. Ford is real. We need to manifest black vampires wearing grills in movies and TV from this point forward. No, we need silver grills on vampire hunters that bite back. Walk with me.